This is The Secret of Castronegro 2025, part 3 of 3, our big finale. Quick recap. So, the way things stand right now, you all have a number of points of interest, and some of them are definitely more connected to what you're all meant to be doing here than others. Most significantly, I think, is that obelisk out towards the west. We know that William Godfrey, or we have a very, very strong inkling that William Godfrey was interested in that as well. Connected to that, the cultists that are currently heading towards the obelisk just left somewhere else. They stopped somewhere else. We don't quite know where yet, but whatever it was significant enough for them to make a stop, and now they've gone over to the obelisk. We think that there's some kind of factional thing going on. We're not 100% clear on that, but we think there is between these cultists and Bernardo de Diaz. That's our other point of interest, Mr. de Diaz's manor up on the hill, which you are all kind of halfway to right now. And then we have, it's not really a point of interest as much as just something to be mindful of, possible resources in the people hanging out at the Changeling. They are the only outsiders or the sort of like resistance to whatever's going on here that you've met. And then it turns out that Mr. Herrera is much deeper in this stuff than we thought. He might have been responsible for at least Godfrey and David Lane's disappearance, and so that's important. And then what else do we got? And then there's where we currently find ourselves, which is in the Diaz and Vilela Pereira crypt. The very last thing we saw, in fact, was Millie going down on her knees in a state of psychosis or approaching psychosis. And it definitely did not look suggestive when she got on her knees in front of the gigantic phallus rat statue. Now, I do want to check in very briefly with Insight. Everyone is getting up there. Everybody has 4 except for Millie, who has 5. Millie, that does mean you are now entitled to suppress mythos knowledge. Whenever you want to do that, just tell me how you intend to do so. And I think, oh, Sarah, you froze briefly. Did you hear that?
I did.
Okay,
I
great.
also have one question.
Mhm.
I rolled to decrease, and I have to roll an insight die and get lower than my current insight to
Yes, and
decrease it.
yes, and
Okay.
the way you get the roll is by destroying something connected to the secret of Castronegro, like destroying something connected to what's going on here. So, and I keep losing Sarah. Am I the only one who is?
Mm.
Oh, okay, there we
Me
go.
too.
All right, let's keep our eye on it. Okay, so with all that said, why don't we? If there's no questions, no other questions, we'll keep going. So everyone, Millie's having a little bit of a breakdown right now in the entrance to the crypt. I'll remind you that there are some stairs going down into the actual crypt proper, and then of course we have this like revolting rat statue. The scene is yours. I'll interrupt as needed.
I'm lost on one location. The names, are they like on the stairs on the entrance? Where
They're
are
in the
these names?
entrance. They're like carved into the entrance when you walk
Okay.
in. Yeah.
All right, but we haven't gone all the way down in. All right.
You have not.
Ms. Rogers, this is hard at the time. We need to keep our wits about us. Please get up.
And I think that I'm going to, as Millie, make one of those suppression rolls by lunging and trying to wrench this rat phallus from the statue in
Or,
order to forget seeing Joaquin buggering that toad.
I mean, maybe even just like sending the whole statue crashing to the ground, right? Might do.
Marvelous. Hmm.
Yeah, I love that. Assuming no one stops you, go ahead and roll insight. So you need to roll lower than 5 to lower it.
I rolled a couple of times, but I rolled a 3.
Okay, fantastic. Describe what happens.
I think that as she falls to her knees and begins to weep, she even slumps further onto the ground, almost in a perverse sort of bow. And then as Duncan says, you need to keep your wits about her, her eyes flash up at the statue, and she's just going to lunge as like a football tackle to send this smashing to the floor.
I love it. Um, how do you feel? Your insight's going down to 4.
Like I might be finally in control of something going on around me.
Well, I'm happy to report that you get to keep doing this. You can suppress mythos knowledge as much as you want now. So, with all that said,
Yes.
what's everyone doing now? Where are we going?
I think Lloyd gives an oddly inappropriate chuckle that probably draws everybody's attention. And he says, "Sorry, just William and I. He had a running joke about suppressing the stone phallus, the obelisk. It was a back and forth banter. Think nothing of it. Just an academic dispute."
I suppose you had to be there. Shall we continue?
Yes, I think I have my wits wrapped about me once again.
You certainly appear
Where
to.
are we going?
I think further into the mausoleum. I would like to go up to the mansion. Well, I don't want to, but I think we need to.
You can go down the steps into the crypt. Um, there's actually not a whole lot to see down there. It's mostly just a long corridor with sarcophagi on either side. And then and they're all closed. And then at the far end, on the opposite wall from the landing of the stairs, is a sarcophagus that the lid is open on. It's been slit open. What do you do?
Can I investigate to see if I find any similar holes as I did in the cellar of the tobacco shop? Is there anything tunneling
Yeah,
out from
what
here?
specifically do you do?
Um, I think that I am like hand over hand, just feeling the dirt amongst like the carved out rock or whatever it
Hmm.
is in the mausoleum, trying to see if there's any holes or
I love that. Go ahead and
ways of egress. Yeah.
make a. I'll give you 2 dice just because you kind of know what you're looking for here.
Okay. Come on, roller, don't do this to me 2 days in a row. A 4 and a 5.
Oh, the 5 will serve you very well indeed. The walls have been masoned, and so you can tell very easily, uh, if there's any gaps. The problem is, as you get a little deeper into this corridor, whatever ambient light you had from outside is coming down to almost nothing. Does anyone have any kind of light source, a lighter perhaps? Or maybe you do, Millie, because you smoke, right? You're muted.
I do, so maybe match after
Okay, perfect.
match.
Yeah, I like
No.
that. We love that. We love a match goes out moment. Yeah, so you can tell very easily by sight whether the walls have any disturbances or breaks. The sarcophagi are all sealed except for that one at the end. And as you light that last match in front of that open sarcophagi, which has nothing in it, by the way, you can see that the light hits the back of that sarcophagus in an odd way. What do you do?
Gentlemen, I think this might be something here. And then she'll kind of like reach forward to push at the back.
Indeed, it pushes right open. It's just a door, basically. The back of the sarcophagus is a door. And your light kind of like stretches, kind of down into another set of stairs going down.
Well, unless you'd care to go first, I'm happy to lead.
Before we head down in, what does the front of the sarcophagus look like? Is there a name or?
Make a 1 die roll.
Try again.
The die roll is. I'm going to have to talk to Daniel
3.
about it. Okay. 3. On a 3, you'll see that, yeah, I'll just tell you. It says, it has a plaque that says Bernardo de Diaz.
Did any of you bring a flashlight?
It seems like we're
I
lighting
only-
matches currently.
I only have a few matches left.
Let me tell you how dark it gets underground. We need a torch, and at this, I'm going to shove open another sarcophagus to find some rags, to then wrap around a bone and stick a little oily bit of rock in there, and then we're going to use one of these matches to make us a torch.
Well, before we do all that, you can wrench open one of the sarcophagi. I love that plan. When you open it up, you see not a person wrapped in rags, but you see a naked man, but half formed. Like the flesh is clay, and the skeleton is a frame that the clay was meant to be worked around. But whoever did it did a bad job, and so the flesh is sloughing off the bones like clay. You can see one eye socket is just a sort of like dribble of liquid, and the other eye socket has that distinctive green eye. And this person's alive. Their mouth, which is only half full with teeth, but the left half just is kind of twisted up and goes, kill me, kill me, kill me. Everyone make an insight roll, please.
2 for Duncan.
Five.
Harold, you're going up to 5 then?
Mm-hmm.
What everybody else got?
A 2, I think, eventually here.
You do have a 2? All right. Yep. And
I rolled a 3.
all right. Harold, this affects you. What do you do? How do you respond?
I oblige. But in a really horrific manner, I'd stick my fingers into the one fully formed eye and then the other not formed eye, and I rip its head off and proceed to start bashing the head against the edge of the sarcophagus and just rend limb from limb out of this, what was supposed to be resting place. And we have to kill them all. We have to open them all and kill them all. They're not dead.
Doing that, destroying that person in that gruesome way that you just did, actually triggers a suppressed knowledge roll for you. So you might be able to go back down to 4. Unfortunately, seeing Harold rip the head off this person and smashing it into the ground like a gourd triggers an insight roll for the rest of you. Harold,
Going
how'd you
up.
do?
Did not suppress. 5.
Are we all gonna go crazy down here? Millie
Also
would.
5.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Lloyd, what was your insight roll?
Ooh. I think I need to refresh it. I'm getting.
Yeah, I couldn't refresh the page. Those of you who are going up, how do you respond to Harold's the situation?
I heed the call. I push open the next sarcophagus and try to smash the skull like a gourd.
I I think that's great. I don't think smashing any more is going to get you a chance to lower your suppressed knowledge. I do love the scene of you all doing it though. Inside the sarcophagi are all sorts of strange, malformed Valela Pereiras and Diazes. They're all men, even the ones that are in sarcophagi that are labeled as women, and they have all manner of like half formations. Some have little tiny shriveled arms that never grew the whole way. Others have incredibly large pendulous sex organs. Some are like squat, with like very long ape-like arms and little tiny stubby legs looking up at you with their big bright green eyes. It's a nightmare. They don't defend themselves and they just let you smash them and do as you will. But Duncan, how do you respond?
I think in a very kind of 1920s movie way, he's pressed himself against the wall and is just like peeling through his
Yes, I think
fingers.
that's right. Yeah. What was your Lloyd? What was your insight roll end up
I
being?
on the dice
You got a
roller,
one.
I got a one under my
I was
name. I may
guessed.
have.
Don't
Oh,
worry
you
about
were
it.
guessed?
Yeah, you got a one.
Okay, so that was me then with the one.
You are. What do you? How do you respond? Your insight doesn't go up, but you're watching this happen. This situation getting
Yeah.
out of hand.
I, I'm a man of the earth, and I know that flesh is weak, and this is half-baked clay. It's gross. It's grotesque to be sure, but what is limestone but just dead sea organisms that have had millennia to grow and decay? And so this is sort of academic in a way.
There's
It's
one crawling toward you. It
mm,
looks like an oversized tadpole, but with green eyes, kind of rolling around inside a thin membrane of flesh, and its little tiny arms are pawing at your leg. What do you do?
drop a sarcophagus lid on it.
Fantastic. You all either got to get out of here or go down that corridor or something. What do you do?
Would the tail make a good torch?
I think Millie
You broke up, Sarah. I think we're definitely beyond the rational right now. Okay, go ahead. Say it again, Sarah.
Sorry, I think that when Millie was reaching in through the clay, she just reached through until she felt spine
Hmm.
and just whacked. And she might have a bit of waggly bone, but I don't know if that's really going to create a torch.
I mean, maybe for a minute. It's a pretty gruesome
Hmm.
scene. I love the idea of
Then
you all going into the tunnel with your spine torch.
Yeah,
Reluctantly, Duncan will follow whoever is taking the lead.
Harold just wants to get out of the room as quickly as possible. I'll go without a light if I have to.
So we're going into the corridor that was hidden behind the sarcophagus.
Sure.
Fantastic.
I'm going in revolver drawn.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Anyone else have a firearm? We might need them.
while Millie has one, it is just a little unloaded Derringer to ward off would-be kidnappers. It is not loaded with anything useful.
A firearm? Of course not.
Guard.
I, I I keep getting a
I think
breakup on
both of them.
Sarah and Brian. Yeah. I tell you what, we'll take a 5 minute break. Sarah and Brian, if y'all just want to rejoin the call, I think that might clear it. Okay. So you're all heading down these stairs. You have lit some spine flesh on fire and using that as a torch. The stairs go down, I would say it's the equivalent of maybe 30 or 40 feet. A couple of switchbacks. And you get to more corridor. It just goes in one direction for a time. But then eventually you reach a part where the wall of the corridor has been either busted open or it was never masoned in the first place. And you see that that opens up down a slope into an underground cave system. But the corridor keeps going straight as well. What do you all do?
I think sticking to the path, sticking to the straight and narrow. I have no desire to visit a cave. I didn't come here looking for caves.
That cave, is there airflow? I check.
Make a die roll.
1 or
One.
2?
One for your, I don't know if your occult, your medium nature will help you with checking for airflow. I'm open to being convinced, though.
I mean, probably not. Nothing yet.
What's everyone else doing right now?
Millie has no desire to go any further deeper underground. I don't know if she knows why, but she's getting a very icky feeling and would prefer to keep straight to the path.
That was a 1 for me.
You don't hear any, or you don't, the wind, there's nothing really there you can tell. It feels pretty still and stale. But you do hear, help me, please, down in the darkness of the cave system.
Did anyone else hear that?
You all heard it.
Yeah, is that what I call back William?
There's no response.
Joaquin!
You hear distantly, hello? Hello? Who?
We have to go, whoever that is. They need our help.
We need help.
And power in numbers.
If that is Joaquin, I must save him. Duncan, I will go with you.
This was from the caves rather than the
It's
straight
coming
path.
from somewhere down below in the cave system. Yeah, we're not even. Might be kind of a little far away. Yeah.
I mean, we could be entering the Carlsbad cavern system. That's miles of caverns.
If you've ever seen The Descent, you don't do this right now.
The voice couldn't have carried that far. They heard us.
With all of the tricks that I've seen, I mean, you with the rat eating your tongue yesterday. No, I don't trust this voice. I don't believe that it's even real. No, I want to stay in the corridor. I want to keep going straight.
Millie, you and I then.
Harold, he
Please,
may
quick
be a
as we can.
charlatan, but we all heard the voice, and I follow behind him.
Based on what you've said, there's so much subterfuge in this town. Is this not just them calling out to lure us deeper in, where our lights will go out?
And if it were you in there calling for help, as he's walking away.
Was the voice recognizable by any of us, or even by me, as like someone we would have known or encountered previously?
I don't think so, except to say it sounded like a young person.
I think we're off, at least.
So it sounds like Harold and Lloyd are continuing on down the corridor.
Yeah, Harold, how do you feel about continuing on this more constructed path?
I would prefer to stick to that for the time being, yes.
Do we have enough lit bone fragments?
Oh, that's the other thing too. Who's taking the light source?
Millie was carrying it, wasn't she?
No,
I thought that
remember.
I had handed it off to Lloyd to make a torch, so I have my little
Oh no. Millie's got the matches.
Millie's got the
few
matches.
bits of
Millie's got the matches, right? So that works. You broke up briefly, Sarah, so we're just filling in the blanks there.
Sounds good.
So yeah. So basically, Millie and Duncan, you're gonna have to move quickly before the matches run out, and you are plunged in darkness. This feels like a great plan. And Lloyd and Harold, the torch is not going to last forever, so y'all should probably make a beeline for it too. Unless
Yep.
you swap light sources,
Well,
maybe
I'm
they
curious,
need.
Harold, as a private investigator, do you carry a flashlight?
It hasn't really been discussed. I mean, would I, as an investigator, have a
I mean,
flashlight?
I think we're too
Is that
deep into the like lighting the
right?
spine.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I mean, like
Yeah.
if I though it could be it could be plausible that I've lost my mind. I'd forgotten that I had an actual practical light.
I mean, it could just be as simple as like you didn't think to bring it with you from the hotel room, right?
That's
I mean,
fine. Yeah,
that's yeah.
it's perfectly acceptable. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that probably the longer lasting light source should go with the cave, but that's for you as a group to decide.
I feel like we're probably going to be quick one way or the other. So
We can
Yeah,
take the matches if that's all right, Lloyd.
sure.
Millie and Duncan, you can kind of scooch down the little decline down into the cave floor. And you can hear the direction that the person is like calling from, so you can follow that for sure. I do need a die roll, possibly with help. Maybe you can both do it, and we can just pick the highest to locate the source of the voice. I'm going to roll against you, however, and
I'll. I think we can help each other, right?
yeah,
Highest roll here.
I
I
rolled a
got a
2, so
6.
you're okay. Oh, you got a 6? Great. Fantastic. It's getting louder and louder. Hello? Hello, I'm over here. This way. Yes, I can see your light. I can see your light.
Keep talking. We'll follow your voice.
Harold and Lloyd, you actually don't have much further to go. In fact, you are at a set of stairs that I'll tell you are going to be probably about the distance where the mansion would be. These probably go up into the mansion. Okay. What do you do?
Upwards.
Gonna scratch a little arrow into the rock, just pointing up the stairs,
Hmm.
and hang on. Not gonna scratch that. Had an idea that I'm like, what would they recognize? And I'm like, I'm just gonna write the word bus, B-U-S.
Hmm. If you go up the stairs, they lead to a wooden, it's not a door, just a panel of wood that pushes open quite easily and opens up into what appears to be a sort of a sitting room, maybe. You can see a bank of glass windows on one side of the room and moonlight's coming in. And there's paintings and things on the walls. And there's furniture, but it's all covered with like drop cloths, like this room doesn't get used. I will also tell you that just outside that bank of floor length windows, there is what appears to be a dog, maybe a pit bull, maybe a Doberman Pinscher. But there's a dog kind of stalking around out front. And when the dog turns, you see it just enough to see that the dog has vivid green eyes, vivid green human eyes in its otherwise dog skull. And when it snarls, it has flat human teeth in its mouth. And I need you both to roll insight. I see a look of despair on PK's face. What happened, Harold?
I rolled a 6.
Harold breaks. How did you do, Lloyd?
I'm going up also. I rolled a 5.
PK, be thinking about what it looks like when Harold snaps. And maybe you lash out violently, maybe you run. Well, I don't know, but it's not going to be good. And let me check in with the others. You find Joaquin. He's naked, but it's him. And he sees you and he says, "Oh oh my God, Millie, is that you? Is that you?"
Oh, I had begun to lose hope. Beyond hope. What on earth are you doing down here?
As the light, as the nimbus of light kind of spreads out, as you move closer to Joaquin, who has sort of scrabbled up a little kind of slope to meet you. He's kind of on all fours. The light illuminates a bowl of cave floor down below. And there are down there hundreds, possibly thousands of naked men with lank black hair and those green eyes. They're crawling all over each other like insects. They are fucking. They are like they're enjoying each other's bodies. They're fighting. It's it's a horror show. And all of this is happening around an enormous statue of a toad with 3 tongues. I need Duncan and Millie to roll insight, please.
2 for Duncan.
I rolled a 1.
Joaquin scrambles up, and that gets the attention of the other people. And quite a lot of them begin to howl. You can see hundreds of green eyes staring up in your direction as they begin clambering up the path. But also you can see behind you and above you, there are some of them that are actually clinging to the cave wall, Spider-Man like, crawling down, descending around you. You must try to escape. Each of you has to roll. It's going to be 1 die. I'm rolling against you both. Let's start with Duncan. I rolled, Duncan, a 4. This die roll is really keeping me on the edge of my seat today. It's high tension.
A 4.
A 4. I did not win, so I have to beat you outright. You will escape. Millie, I'm rolling against you and Joaquin,
Yeah.
and I got a 1. If anyone else wants to roll against them, you can.
I would love to take the opportunity to go a little bit crazy and try to destroy some of or suppress what is the move I'm supposed to make
Mythos
to
knowledge, yeah. How
thank you. I
so?
would like um so I would like to strip off my shirt and blouse and light fire to the cotton and throw it into the pit to try and burn the path behind me as we run.
Interesting.
It's
I
my
don't
last match.
I don't know if it's going to rise to the level of like suppressing mythos knowledge. I don't think it's going to destroy enough. I do like
All
it
right.
as like the reason why you escaped though. What'd you roll?
Oh, I didn't I roll? Oh, I didn't roll because you rolled 1.
Yeah, I rolled a 1. That's true. I guess yeah, unless somebody wants to roll against you, you're going to
I
win.
was asking if I could roll against.
Oh, please do, Harold.
Oh, thanks, friend.
4.
Okay. Well, then I actually will roll now. I also rolled a 4
You succeed. Each
by
of
the
you,
skin of my shirt.
indeed. Each of you, please just describe your escape.
Duncan, I think seeing all of these men, especially the ones climbing the walls, it makes no sense, and he's just going to be backing away, eyes wide, and just turn tail and run.
Millie, you've got Joaquin to deal with.
I think that I grab his hand and pull to me, and I'm just waving around a burning shirt, trying to keep them off of us as we back up to the main path above.
Fantastic. Harold, what happens when you see these vaguely human-faced dogs?
Harold stands starkly still and very calmly turns to look at Lloyd, takes his pen out of his coat breast pocket, says, "It was always about the eyes. I think that I can see twice as many stars now." And I stab my own eyes out with my pen and just ram it into my brain until I just fall to the ground and scream.
Lloyd, please roll insight. I don't know if Brian Sayre caught any of that, but oh, all right, we'll take 5 real quick again. Okay, we have a bit of a workaround, we think, for our tech issues. Let's just get right back into it. So, Lloyd, you just witnessed Harold say, "I now see twice." What is it? What was the line, Harold? Twice as many stars?
Twice as many stars.
Twice as many stars, and then stab his eyes out. Please make an insight roll.
Will do. Looks like that's a 5, which is my current insight.
It doesn't go up, but how do you react? What do you do?
Oh, this dog is still visible outside the window. Did you say more than one dog, or what? Was it
It was
just
just
one?
the one, and it just looked briefly, and then kind of it's looking at you, but it's not like trying to get in or anything.
All right, and we're in this kind of what do you want to call it, lounge
Like a
room?
sitting room, yeah, but it's all
Yeah.
covered with cloths. It looks like it doesn't get used very often.
Uh, I'll say, Harold, dear God, like the flesh is, but not now, and try to tear off some fabric to wrap bandages around there.
Harold, you are just completely far gone at this point. What do you do?
Um, yeah, Harold is just absolutely batshit insane. He drops the pen. He can't see and still claims that he can see everything. He can see everything so clearly now. See that I was such a fool to follow and look for David. I should never have taken this job. I can see that there's so much more out there that I never imagined. I'm a part of it now. I'm a part of all of this. And I'm a blubbering heap on the ground. I'm just muttering nonsense.
Knowing dangers afoot and knowing I've got 4 bullets left in a revolver, I want to rifle Harold's pockets. What do I find?
You find all of my notes on the case. You find just various names and details, the suspicions about the all of the babies going missing, and being offered up possibly to the obelisk. Um, so yeah,
Does David Lane still look like an innocent in your notes?
yes, yeah. You find out also a correspondence between him and the father that was in town at the church. Um, and information that I had about clawed creatures that were uh, claw tracks and boots with crosses, cross prints found outside of David Lane's window in Silver City.
I'm gonna push Harold into the nearest easy chair and say, Harold, just rest here. It's gonna be okay. I'll get us out of this. And then I'll proceed.
To
can
where?
stay forever.
Oh, is there no further egress or
I
ingress
mean, yeah,
into the
there's
house?
just yeah, there's other parts of the house, I guess, but what are you looking for?
I'm not going out there with that dog, man.
There's there's other rooms, there's other corridors. It's like a villa that you're in.
Yeah, I'm assuming this villa has a garage and a jalopy in that garage. I'm looking for a vehicle.
Go ahead and make a single die roll just to see what you can find.
4.
I think you're roaming around the house. You're trying to like just seems like you're just trying to find like something to get you all out of here, just anything of use. You'll eventually run into this man wearing a resplendent white suit and a dark cape over his shoulders. He has salt and pepper hair, slicked back and very beautifully styled. And he has this large red gemstone ring on his hand. And he says, "You are Dr. Francis, yes?
So what have you done with William Godfrey?
I haven't done anything with Dr. Godfrey. He is dead, though. My relatives in town sacrificed him at the base of their big black pillar in the desert. I had nothing to do with it. I'm very sorry."
It's easy to proclaim innocence. It's more difficult to argue with stone. I've seen your name written.
Oh, I didn't say I was innocent as a general matter, just that I had nothing to do with Dr. Godfrey's disappearance or death, nor that of poor young Mr. Lane. They think they are going to open up a portal to another dimension so that their mad god can enter and reshape the world. They're lunatics, all of them, and I've been dealing with them for centuries. The witches, the witches who we brought here so long ago. And at this point, you'll notice that there's a large oil painting in the room. And the painting is of Bernardo de Diaz, this man, but dressed as a conquistador. The pantaloons, the metal helmet, and perhaps most interestingly, I mean, that's interesting in and of itself, but also in the oil painting, there's a image of a rat sitting on the conquistador's shoulder, leaning forward and whispering into Bernardo's ear. I
Is there an actual rat visible on the real person in front of me?
No. He says, I used the witches and their magic for as long as it was convenient to do so. But now I am engaged in other matters. I have my own work to do, which you and your companions, or whoever they are to you, your colleagues, are interrupting. And why is Mr. Marsh currently screaming and wailing on my sofa?
I'm gonna shoot this guy.
Who are you? Roll a die. I'm going to roll a die against you.
Sure. Oh, come on, dice.
I got a 4. I love 4s. that's my roll today.
Yeah. Oh, let me refresh this. Oh, there it went. Oh no, a 3.
Oh no.
Twice over.
You go to shoot him, and as soon as you do, he raises his hand and shows you that red ring,
Mhm.
and there's a glimmer, and you find you have no control over your body, and you just drop the gun. No, you don't drop the gun. You begin turning the gun
Mhm.
on yourself. He says, I really don't want to have to do this, Dr. Francis. I'm afraid you have left me no choice. This is turning into be rather an inconvenient evening. You are going to have to roll to resist him right now.
Mhm.
I am going to roll against you.
One light.
I got a 1,
Okay.
so you're good. I'm curious what you get
I
though.
also rolled a one on beer.
You got the minimum. That's it. You got it. I mean, you were going to win no matter what, but basically, you're not in a good shape though. You're not necessarily out of danger. Just tell me how you resist blowing your own brains out right now. Maybe we'll cut for a brief moment. Duncan, are you hanging out here? Are you done here? What are you doing? You managed to get
After
back up into the corridor.
uh, he'll have to try and find the others, of course. So he's going into the corridor and following what signs he can.
Oh, so you're going to go the direction you were meant to be going before.
It would be pretty hypocritical of him
Yeah,
not to follow through there.
I like that. Let's see if we have Lloyd and Millie. Are you there?
Yes, we are here on a phone rather than on a laptop, hoping that just being free of cellular data rather than on Wi-Fi helps this out.
Well, so do tell me, uh, Dr. Francis, how do you resist his power right now? How do you avoid shooting yourself?
So, sort of a mini flashback here, back to when William and I were rivals at the University of New Mexico. We were publishing papers back and forth, his on psychology, mine on geology, with increasing degrees of innuendo. Him talking about my interest in the stone monoliths rising up out of the desert and the menhirs, italices on men. Me writing back about his interest in the brain, but describing it as these fleshy hemispheres and the pleasures one might find within. And then eventually we're called to sort of a disciplinary hearing with the deans of the college, saying you've gone too far. It's time to stop this innuendo you've been publishing. And as he and I step out of the building onto the stairs, William turns to me and he says, "Well, we've already gone too far. Would you care to go a little further?" And I turn to him and I say, "Your place or mine?" Realizing that William is now gone, realizing that we've always cared to go a little further, I'm going to try and push a little further here. And if there's a window to leap out, I will leap out it. If there's another egress, I will take that egress. I'll try and get out of this room somehow.
I think I'd like to up the dramatic stakes here a little bit if we can. I do want to check in with Millie though. Millie, once you have Joaquin in hand, do you follow Duncan down towards the others, or do you run out of here altogether?
Oh, I think that Millie is in pure flight. Flight of fancy, flight from here, flight of terror. I think that she has taken the hand of this man that her father said was absolutely no good, and she's trying to run off into the night.
I think you will be met on the road by Sheriff Garcia. He'll say, "Quick, get in, get in." Do you?
No,
What do you
no,
do?
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think that Millie will kind of make a gesture to cover herself and a gesture to cover Joaquin and say, Officer, it's not what it looks like. We're absolutely fine. We don't need any help. We're just leaving.
He doesn't say anything. He just lets you run.
Now, running into the desert is just about as crazy as Millie feels right now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea, but I think it's the only one she has.
We'll see you at epilogue.
Sounds good.
I want to raise the stakes here a little bit. Duncan, I think you come upon Bernardo and Lloyd right as like Lloyd is like pushing, there's clearly a struggle with the gun. You see the red gem, all that business. If it's okay, Brian, I'd like for Duncan to interject.
Totally fine.
Yeah. Or
Seeing
just ask
that,
you what you do.
seeing that, and having had that experience with Bernardo before, he's going to reach for the closest, like, solid, heavy object and attempt to just club the man.
Fantastic. I will roll against you here. I got a 1. Would somebody else like to roll against Duncan? Go for it, PK. I have to wrangle in my insane person. A
I
2.
think
Okay.
it's a 5 for me.
Okay, you're good. All right. Um, describe how you take Bernardo down.
Maybe it's a rat statue, one of those just obscene rat statues. He doesn't even look as he grabs it and just smashes the base of it against the man's head and looks at Lloyd just wide-eyed and says, we need to go now.
Clearly. Carport?
Whatever egress we can find.
And we'll go to epilogue. We'll take a 5-minute break. When we come back, everyone will narrate an epilogue for their character where we see you at any point in the future. Harold, whatever that means for you. You will also epilogue. And maybe your character has a good ending. Maybe it's a more ambiguous ending. I'll leave that up to you, but I'll see you in 5. Epilogue. Whoever wants to narrate their epilogue first, please do.
Sounds like Harold or Lloyd might have a good in here.
Let me start. Yeah. So Lloyd, let's just pretend for a moment that some car keys tumble out of Bernardo de Diaz's pockets, making an obvious egress here. I scoop up those keys, grab Harold sort of by the collar, and say, like, we're just stick with me. We're going to get out of this, and then start running for the presumed direction of the garage or wherever the car might be parked. And we all try to squeeze in and gun it out of there. From there, someone else take it.
After being extricated, presumably Harold is at least able to communicate enough that they need to go back to Boston. From there, he is immediately placed in Arkham Sanitarium and spends the rest of his days beautifully illustrating frogs and rats on the walls of his cell, even though he cannot see.
Sarah?
I think the epilogue follows flashes like Millie's matches lighting, and we see a flash, a scene of her running with Joaquin hand in hand away from the road into the desert and darkness, and a flash again. We see Joaquin thrusting suggestively behind Millie as she laughs with ecstatic hysteria, and a brief darkness, and then Joaquin's head smashed into the desert, the blood mixing with the blowing sand. And after we go dark for longer than you'd expect, we see the final scene. We see the back of Millie's head looking out onto a field of oil drills, and her hair is silver highlighting the blonde. And as she turns around to look back into the camera, we see she has bright green eyes.
No.
Well,
Elsewhere in New York City, I think we see Duncan doing a reading and a book signing for his new book, fiction, not the expose allegedly that he was looking to write, but it is called The Secret of Castronegro. And as he finishes and begins to take questions and maybe do a bit of signing, he is approached by a man with bright green eyes and a strangely intimate smile.
We add a little more for Lloyd that periodically a car pulls up outside that monolith that's standing to the west of Castronegro, and Lloyd's inside, gazes at the monolith, flips through a couple more pages in his book, The Nameless Cults, and then as he realizes the sun is going down, he just drives away real fast again. But he keeps cycling back different nights.
The Secret of Castronegro 2025 is in the record books, the history books. We could do quick stars and wishes. Minor tech issues aside today, I thought this was really fun ending. I enjoyed how stars for how grim and bleak like the endings kind of were. So yeah, I'm into that. I did not see the Millie Joaquin ending coming, and so that was great. I don't know for sure, but my theory is that had they gotten into the car with the sheriff, they probably would have been okay, you know. But running into the desert is another option. It was great. Loved all the sort of like Twilight Zone endings. That was really really good. Everyone did a good job with that. Stars for just like going really really hard PK with like when you hit six, like that was terrific. Just really loved it. And Star for the little flashback with William Godfrey. I thought that was very nice. It was a really good moment. It added some emotional stakes even further to that, so that was great. And yeah, I'm I'm very pleased that we got this sort of like meta thing of the book, The Secret of Castronegro. That's always such a fun trope in fiction like this. So I was really happy with that ending for Duncan. Yeah, just good time all around. It's been a great, fun 3 sessions. I always have so much fun running The Secret of Castronegro, so it's always a good time.
I'm gonna hop in. I had a lot of fun. It went hard. We all went hard. All of that leaning in really made all of this as terrifying as it should have been. Um, I too thought Millie was going to be fine if she got into the car with the sheriff, but I don't think that Millie was of her right mind at all for obvious reasons. So it was a fun little like U-turn, so to speak. Um, I loved also the flashback with William, gouging out the eyes. Speaking of tropes, like you have to unsee these horrors. A huge star. I had a wish that didn't pan out because I for sure thought Millie was going to go crazy in the pit of Ratmen down in the catacombs. I thought for sure I was going to hit a 6 and get some really disgusting rat sex in, but unfortunately, she just had to go mad and run into the desert. So it felt like the fitting end.
I'm saying I don't think she got a good ending.
No, no. So yeah, huge fun. Thank you all for leaning in and making this a fabulously fun time.
Yeah, I mean, it's seconding everything. Everyone just really, really leaning into just the horror, the disgust, um, going the extra mile. The extra flashbacks from Ryan were fantastic. Um, yeah, I don't know, Jason. This was really, really disgusting and amazing. So thank you for facilitating this. Um, thanks for everyone for we talked about it a little bit, but thanks for picking up Harold. I mean, my options were either I was going to wind up in a sanitarium, or I mean, my other option was I was thinking I was just going to crawl into one of the sarcophagus and maybe hope that I would be reborn.
I
So
would have liked that ending too. That'd been great.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's the deleted scene ending. Yeah.
yeah, it's the deleted scene. It's an extra cut.
I will echo a lot of that was already being said. Specifically, the callback to the twice as many stars. That was so good. And the Millie's the green eyes at the end, and Lloyd showing up at the obelisk again, or monolith. Just, I love that no one technically died, but it's still not good. No one came out of this unscathed, and I think Duncan may have been closest, but won't be for long. So that's a lot of fun. I don't know why. When I play these trophy darkish or Cthulhu dark games with you, Jason, the only way I die is during contest rolls. So we should have had a contest roll,
I know,
apparently.
yeah, apparently.
I'm cursed to never get the interesting eye gouging or self-decapitation scenes.
I have to say, I interpreted your ending. Um, I interpreted your ending like in a more ambiguous way. Like I think it could have been that like it was a positive encounter with you and whoever this Diaz or Valela Pereira was. Like when you said an intimate look, I thought like, oh, was was there more to Duncan than we thought? Like, was there something more going on? Like, so I don't know. I was kind of open to the idea that like Duncan is now in the conspiracy or something, But
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I'll take
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
I
meant that
interpreted
the
that
whole
way
time.
too.
I thought that's what you might have been doing. Yeah, I was, or it was ambiguous at least. So yeah,
Yeah, I at least I sort of intimated that like you were no longer in the realm of like a charlatan fleecing, that you
yeah,
were
yeah, yeah,
legit now.
yeah.
And I took it as you struck down the master, you are the new master.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I took it
Ooh.
as like I actually interpreted it like because since we had this like kind of factional thing that like you were like you actually were helping the cult like when you told the cult like, oh, I know where everything is, or when you were like that you actually did eventually. Like that's how I interpreted it. But yeah.
Yeah, and
Anyway,
you
that's
shoved
fine.
Harold towards him and said, I brought this one for you.
Yeah.
Got a real
Started out
Blade
as a
Runner
lie,
situation
ended up
here.
a cult leader.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Any other stars or wishes before we go?
I've got a couple small ones. I like
Yeah.
that Harold started bashing heads and then Millie ended up in the desert bashing heads.
Hmm.
Um, and the pure insanity of going into a cave system with a book of matches.
I know. I was like, why are we doing this?
Like,
Because my girl's crazy.
like there are bad ideas, and then there are
It's
really
like
bad
really,
ideas.
really bad ideas. I know.
Yeah. It got typed in chat, but the Rat King of the Orphan Pit stuck with me.
Love an orphan pit. And,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't even write this one. This orphan pit's in the module, so yeah.
Yeah, and then a wish that'll never happen, but like there are some untouched secrets in Castronegro that I kind of want to know more about.
Yeah, that's the
Didn't get to.
thing. You could. It's kind of hard to do it all. I think you all could have actually done it all if you'd split up, but it was also fun to go together. So it kind of it sort of like intensified the horror with all of you together for sure. Because every time somebody would do something gross, it would trigger more insight rolls, and you're all just kind of like insight pinballing each other until one of you goes crazy. So, but yeah. Okay. Anything else? Okay, doke.
Thank you very much.
You bet. This is a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me for my annual Secret of Castronegro. And if you're watching the video, I hope you liked it. I know several people watch it every year, so I hope they got a kick out of it. And I'm going to wave goodbye.